Austrian scientist Johann Gregor Mendel studied about the heredity, and for this purpose he selected a plant called sweet pea plant. म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला वाटाण्याची वनस्पती म्हणूया. अशा वाटाण्याच्या वनस्पतीची त्यांनी निवड केली, ज्याला इंग्लिशमध्ये त्याचं सायंटिफिक नाव आहे पायसम सटायरा. Why he selected these sweet pea plants? Because this sweet pea plant is self-breeding. It is self-breeding. Cross-breeding is totally absent in these plants. Therefore, he selected it and he made some experiments with them, and finally he concluded some laws, and those laws are identified today as the laws of inheritance. Now, actually he noticed that these sweet pea plants showed the shape of seeds like this. Some plants show the round seeds, while some show the wrinkled seeds. Some plants are with yellow seeds, some plants are with green seeds. Then color of the flower, some plants are with purple colored flowers, some plants are with the white colored flowers. Some plants are with inflated, म्हणजे पूर्ण भरलेली अशी शेंग. Shape of the pod is inflated. So in some the pod is constricted. Next is color of the pod. Some plants are with green colored pods and some are with yellow colored pods. Position of the flower, in some there is axial position and in some there is terminal position. And now the height of the plant, some plants are tall and some are dwarf. And he found that these round, then yellow, purple flower, inflated pod, green pod, the axial flower position, tall plants, these are all dominant. These are all dominant. मराठीमध्ये त्याला आपण प्रभावी म्हणूया. And the other characteristic which is in contrast with these characters, these are considered as recessive because of some crosses. Now, which type of crosses he performed, that we will see in next part. Now, see here, Mendel performed an experiment in which he crossed the two plants with two different contrasting characters. A plant is taken with tall variety and another variety is a dwarf variety. He took the pollen grains from one plant and transferred these pollen grains to the stigma of the flower of tall plant. Also, he taken the pollen grains of this tall plant and transferred to the stigma of these flowers of dwarf plant, and then observed what happens. Then he observed that in first generation all the plants are tall, and when he allowed these tall plants to inbreed or allowed the selfing, then he observed that in the offsprings there are tall plants, also dwarf plants are appearing. That means this characteristic is not expressed in first generation. Therefore, this is considered as recessive character or recessive trait, and this character is considered as dominant character or dominant trait, like this. Now we can explain this process with the help of some symbols. The tall plants are having genes which are responsible for this tallness. These are in pairs. The genes which are responsible for this dwarfness, that means the recessive pair of this dominant character or dominant gene. Therefore, it is abbreviated or it is symbolized as small t, small t. Then, in the gamete formation, gamete is produced from these. That means one of the gene comes in the gamete. They appear the gamete with capital T, and here in the dwarf plants the gametes are with small t. Now in F1 generation, these two combine together to form capital T, small t. This is the genotype. Now this genotype physically shows the expression, that means phenotype is of tall forever. Now the plants are all tall. Now here selfing process is allowed, that means capital T small t is crossed with capital T small t. They are allowed to self breed. Then during gamete formation they get again separated from each others, so that gamete with capital T is separate, gamete with small t is separate. Here also gamete with capital T is separated and gamete with small t is separated. When we arrange these gametes in this checkerboard, then we will get of one offspring, gamete will be of capital T, another gamete will be of small t. The another parent will show the gametes capital T and small t. And when the combination occurs or the fertilization takes place, then this capital T and capital T are paired. Capital T and small t are paired here. Here also capital T and small t are paired, and now this small t and small t are paired here. Here these are the genotypes of the plants. This genotype shows the phenotype tallness of the plant. Also this genotype shows tallness of the plant. This genotype also shows tallness of the plant. And this genotype shows the dwarfness of the plant. That means here it is clearly visible that the tall and dwarf plants are in the ratio 3:1. And this ratio 3:1 is also known as Mendel's monohybrid ratio. This is the monohybrid ratio. Now here one more new point is there. In this individual, both the genes are dominant. Both the genes are dominant. Therefore, this condition is known as homozygous dominant. This condition is heterozygous. Two different types of genes are present. Therefore, this is heterozygous dominant, and this condition is homozygous, but both are recessive. Therefore, this condition is known as homozygous recessive condition. Here the phenotypic ratio is 3:1, but genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1, like this. Now here we are going to study about the Mendel's dihybrid cross, and in this cross he considered a pair of contrasting characters like round seeds and yellow seeds. these two characters are considered in pairs. The dominant part is round and its recessive pair is wrinkled. Yellow shades is a dominant character and green shades is the recessive character of the same. Okay, now such plants are taken and then a cross is made in which the entire plot is here. P1, that is parental generation, its phenotype, that is physical appearance, is round yellow shades, is crossed with wrinkled green shades. Their phenotypes are as shown here: capital R, capital R, capital Y for the dominant characters, and small r, small y, these are the recessive genes. Then gametes are one of the two R's is in the gamete and one of these two one Y is in the gamete, in the same gamete. Therefore, these two genes are connected to each other. Here also, one of the two R's is taken here and one of the two Y is taken here. This is a single gamete in which small r, small y genes are together. Now, when fertilization takes place, that means in first generation, in F1 generation, these genes are mixed together to form capital R, capital Y, small y. This variety is round and yellow seeded plant. That means these plants will grow the round and yellow seeds. Now he allowed them for selfing process. That means self-breeding is allowed here. Then what happens is, from this plant the gametes produced will be, out of these two R's, one R is taken, out of these two Y, one Y is taken. This is a type of gamete, single type of gamete. In next case, this combination is capital R is paired with capital Y, therefore this combination is now appearing. Now next is small r is paired with capital Y, then this type of gamete is produced, and small r is paired with small y, then this combination occurs. Same is the case for this same plant. Okay, now these gametes are written in the checkerboard system like this. Then we will able to see the combination capital R come together to form capital R, then capital Y. Here capital R, capital Y, small y. Here capital R, small r, capital Y. Here capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Again capital R, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small y. Then capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small r, small y. Next capital R, small r, capital Y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Small r, capital Y. Then small r, capital Y, small y. Then capital R, capital Y, small y. Next is capital R, small y. Next is small r, capital Y, small y. And next is small r, small y. These combinations are observed, and now let us see about the phenotypic expression. Here capital R, capital Y, at least one capital must be there, then the dominant character will appear in the offspring. Here round yellow seeds are produced. Here also 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 round yellow seeds are produced. But here round character is there, but these two genes are in recessive condition, therefore green color will be developed. Then we will produce the green, round but green. Here round yellow, here round green, here round yellow, here again round yellow, here wrinkled yellow, here also wrinkled yellow, then round yellow. This is round green. Now this is wrinkled yellow, and now this is the wrinkled green. You can see a specific pattern if we connect all these. Round yellow, then we will get a specific pattern. Also, at the tip of this next triangle, the round green are connected, then also we will get a specific structure. And now the wrinkled yellow are connected with each other to form again a specific pattern, and this one is totally recessive. Here, how many round yellow varieties are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many round green seeds? 1, 2, 3. How many wrinkled yellow? 1, 2, 3. And how many are the wrinkled green? 1. So this is, that is 9:3:3:1 is the dihybrid ratio.